They say hindsight is 2020, and that is very accurate. After my years as an instructor, there are a few things that I've learnt to look after that I wish I'd done properly from the start. Hi all of you awesome scuba divers out there, welcome to the Scuba Diving Magazine channel, your favourite place for the latest scuba diving news and gear reviews. Yeah, if you're considering going professional, whether that's teaching or commercial diving, there are a few things that are worth doing correctly from the start, and like habits that if you get into early will make your life easier and maybe save you some money. Now, if you've ever been frustrated by bulky camera equipment, awkward housings, or limited controls underwater, then Divolk was founded to solve exactly that. They specialize in high-quality smartphone underwater housings and accessories. What sets Divolk apart is their focus on full touchscreen controls for smartphones whilst diving, meaning that you can use your phone's camera, third-party apps, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth functions whilst it's in the housing, even connect external devices, all whilst your phone is protected inside their housing. So this is invaluable for professionals and passionate divers alike who want to capture video, stills, share live or near live, or even use their phone as a safety or communication device in and around the water and share that underwater world with everybody online. So click on this link up in the top corner of the screen to check them out. Diving skills and procedures change over time. Equipment changes, and we learn more and more each year about how to improve the way that we dive to make it safer. Keep in touch with any of those changes. One of the big ones recently, for example, is that we don't do the quarter turn back thing anymore when we're turning on cylinders. It led to ambiguity where divers were jumping in with just valves just a quarter turn open and struggling to breathe. So now we just open them all the way until the valve stops, and when we just let go of the handle. And practice your skills from time to time when it's safe to do so, obviously. Too many divers dislike the mask skills, for example, and they vow to just never do them again. Only when it actually comes to doing that skill, to removing and replacing your mask, it's more of a shock to the system if you haven't done it for years. So practice those skills to build that routine and comfort when it comes, like when it actually comes to it, then it won't be as much of a shock because you know you only did it last Tuesday. Oh yeah, I know how to find my second stage regulator, or I know how to remove and replace my mask. Just practice those skills from time to time. The paperwork as a pro diver is something that you do need to keep on top of. You can get into some proper deep water if you've missed some paperwork. So make sure that everything is filled out properly and everything is filed away properly so that you can find it easily. Personally, I like scanning documents and then filing a digital copy with a proper dated file name on it instead of just scanned copy parentheses number 3, something that you can recognize and maybe search for so that if you do need to send someone a copy, you're going to find it easily. And when it comes to things like renewals, and like medicals, set alerts well beforehand so that nothing is a surprise. You can set up like your equipment on your phone or whatever and have its birthday on your calendar. That way you can set your phone up to alert me a month ahead of time or 2 months ahead of time so that you get that alert, I need to book my HSE medical. And when you get the paperwork, file it away properly so that you can find it easily and organize things early and often so that it doesn't all pile up. So just future you will be grateful. Just keep things nice and organized and yet file it properly. Look after your back. I know when you're young, you can just brush off like falls and injuries and stuff, but I promise you, it all adds up and it bites you in the back. My back is ruined from a career of not properly carrying cylinders and dive gear. If I don't stretch properly in the morning, I'm going to know about it for days afterwards. And between my dogs and my kids, I don't get a lot of time to get up gently in the mornings. So before lifting gear and getting kitted up and all that kind of stuff, have a good stretch. Lift things properly. Lift with your legs. The old adage, lift with your legs, not with your back, is good. But even better is to just delegate and make your dive master carry some stuff around, but that's not available to everyone. So as a dive master, use any kind of like trolley available, anything with wheels, just to make it easier. It might take a little bit longer, but it's worth it to your body in the long run, and maybe take like a heavy lifting course to learn how to pick up heavy things properly. You know what can really ruin your dive? A screaming pain in your ear, or feeling like you're spinning even though you're not actually moving. Your ears are very sensitive and the skin inside is very, very thin. Apart from the obvious equalize early and often advice, disinfect your ears either before every dive or after every dive, or kind of both if you really want to belt and braces it. Swim ear is a real thing that I knew about, but I didn't actually know that I had had it myself until like months later. I didn't know what that sensation was. I just thought that I hadn't equalized properly on a dive or something, and I had a bit of earache. There are pre-treatments that you can spray into your ear to kind of coat the insides before the dive, or you can find, or you can even make post-dive treatments that you put in after the dive to dry them out, kill some of the nasties, and kind of look after and prevent that swim ear. But look after your ears, take your oral health seriously, and yeah, don't poke anything inside, because yeah, even sort of earbuds, they can scratch the inside, and that's where the nasties get in. So nothing goes in your ear apart from liquids. Look after your gear. We were honestly shocked by some of the equipment that would come in for a service from time to time. We were honestly shocked at how hard it would be to actually get them into that condition. So wash your gear down between dives, inspect it for damage, and replace parts according to the manufacturer's specifications. They're there for a reason. A replacement computer strap is going to be a lot cheaper than a new dive computer because it's lost, and a replacement hose on your regulator just gives you ease of mind that everything is working as well as it can be. If it's starting to fray or crumble, then just replace it. They're not that expensive. After seeing somebody's regulator hose just blow off their second stage because of a single grub screw, I check my own gear properly between dives, just checking things that are nice and tight, checking that there's no wear and tear, and keep track of literally where everything is along with spare parts, because you're going to have your dive locker where you put stuff, but you're also going to put things down in other places. And I often turn around as, oh, where did I put that regulator or whatever it is? Try and keep things really organized. This is the place that you put your thing, and that's where it always goes. As a pro diver, look after your career development and don't stagnate. Don't just sign up for any specialty just for the sake of doing a course, but continue to learn as much as you can. Spend time with the servicing technicians. Don't like hover over their shoulders or anything, but you'll be surprised at how much you can learn by proximity. And even though you may not be able to like officially service a regulator or anything yourself until you do a course, you'll probably be able to diagnose an issue just by looking at it, because, oh, hey, that happened to that regulator the other day. It's probably going to be this. And spend time in the water doing what you love. Many divers regret going pro because they turn a passion into a career, and the thought of just going diving on the weekend just feels like more work. So try not to burn yourself out and get complacent about how amazing the underwater world is. Continue to explore and improve yourself. Diving is always evolving, and yeah, you need to keep up. I'm not talking about investing crypto or like in your investment portfolio, although it is important that you do keep good investments in this modern world. I'm talking about buying the right gear at the right time and the right like qualifications as well. Looking back at some of the equipment that I've bought and some of my equipment that I've sold over the years, I'd slap myself silly over some of it. Choose the right gear for the job in front of you, not just what's on offer right now or what looks shiny. Get what you actually need, and also get some gear when it's still available. There are some things out there that I regret not buying when I had the chance because they were later discontinued by the brand, and now you have to wait for like it's secondhand on eBay or whatever. Consider like 5 to 10 years from now what you're going to need and what's actually worth investing in. Kind of consider how it's going to work and if it's still going to work in 5 or 10 years' time. Look after yourself from a legal standpoint. Bad events can and will happen even if they're undeserved. As a professional diver, there's a certain duty of care that you have whenever you're in a diving environment. Obviously, when you're teaching, you have an undeniable duty of care to your students, and if anything happens to them, then you need legal cover even when you do everything correctly, which can be expensive, and medical insurance. Even our top diving researchers will admit that we don't know exactly what happens in our bodies when we go scuba diving, and there's always a level of risk when you go into the water that you may get injured. The last thing that you want after an accident or whatever, being rescued and treated in a hyperbaric chamber and recovering, is to then be handed an invoice with a very large number on it. So make sure that you're covered, you have insurance that covers both your legal fees and medical fees. Your online image is everything today. People will look you up, and if they don't like what they see, they're going to go elsewhere. So take the opportunity to have someone take some good photos of you in your dive gear and whatnot, and play the social media game for a bit. You don't have to go crazy with it. If you're not into like live streams or anything, that's fine. But look yourself up as if you're a student or a potential employer, and see what actually comes up when you search for your name. So consider a separate public-facing account, which is easy to find by searching your details, and you can still have like a private account that you can share with your friends and your family and whatnot, but that way you can curate your public-facing accounts and promote yourself as a professional where others can find you. Just think about how you personally look up for various services. If you're getting someone to come in and do work to your house or whatever it is, you look them up. You look up their websites, you look up reviews. Other people will do that, and they'll probably do that for you as a dive instructor. And you want to make yourself easy to find and, of course, professional. Your attitude and mindset will shape your entire dive career. Students won't return to like grumpy instructors. Sure, they got the certification, but if they don't enjoy your presence, they're not going to come back. You need a certain amount of strictness. You do need that to keep things safe. However, you do need that right attitude and the right mindset for diving. So try to surround yourself with positive people who remind you that the ocean isn't just your office, and should the worst happen, because the more time you spend around diving, the higher your chances of encountering an accident or a loss of a friend. Talk with a mental health professional. You shouldn't hold it inside. You do need to talk it through and just look after your own mental health. It is hard when you're starting out to know what's best to do for the future because you haven't experienced it yet. But most of it comes down to just being organized. Too many divers see it as just like a chill career. Only if you just put in the bare minimum effort, you'll just be teaching the same course over and over again for years on years. So stay organized, do your paperwork as soon as you get it. and file it away in a sensible place where you can find it later. And yeah, try and put that kind of effort into it. See it as a full-on career, and yeah, just stay organized. But if you have any advice for any aspiring divers, then pop your advice down in the comment section. Remember to check out today's sponsor, Dive Vault, by clicking on this link up in the corner of the screen, and subscribe to the channel here on YouTube for more scuba diving videos. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.